Okay, if you look at the tabs, right, the very problematic section happens in uh, timestamp 32 second, and it all happens in one bar. Okay, so that means that things are moving very quickly, and you can't process the playing while you're playing. Okay, you can't think about it. If you are thinking about playing this, you are not gonna make it, because the note density is so dense. You just can't be thinking about the notes. Okay, so what you should do is you should have a plan. How am I gonna cut this measure into parts? Okay, and the number of parts is not random. The number of parts depends on what is natural for the fingers to do instinctively. And okay, so let me just demonstrate. Okay, so there is the okay, so there is that part. Okay, so there is okay, so there is the okay, so there is this part, which is the pull off and the bend. So I will consider that one part. Okay, so okay, so there is a the first part is the easy one, which is okay. Sorry, I overbend. Okay, so likely you don't have any issues with that part. So that is one part. Okay, make sure it's automatic. So keep doing it many times. Okay, so that's the first part. You got that covered. I'm sure you can do that. Okay, the second part is also quite easy. So get that under your hands. Okay, the next one is a bit harder, right? The next one is this. So you will need to be able to, okay, so before you play fast, you need to understand what you're playing. Okay, you are just playing pull offs and and two string crossing. Okay, so it's pull off and then string crossing going down one string, and then you going back up one string. So and this part seems difficult, but it's actually very easy because you are not picking individually every note. Okay, you're not doing, no, you're just pulling off, and that gives you a lot of time. Okay, it gives you a lot of time, makes the part much easier. So I want you to spend a lot of time just doing this. Do 500 reps. Okay, 500 reps. And when you do 500 reps, you can do 500 reps in like less than an hour, half an hour. Okay, one day it's easy to do that. What you'll find when you can do when you after you've done 500 reps is that your speed will be brought up to like that. And the reason is because that movement has become automatic. Okay, I am no longer thinking 16 14 16 14. I'm no longer thinking that. I'm just thinking fire. So when I think fire, my finger just see, it just goes. Okay, of course it's very messy because I'm talking while I'm explaining. So but yeah, when you are not talking, you will find that it's very easy to. Okay, and then the next one is, okay, so let's recap. Okay, there's a few parts going on, which the first one is the easy one, is the, okay, so that's very easy. And then the next one is the, okay, that, and then you have the one that I just taught you. Okay, and then the next one is that's another part. Okay, and the next part is, so is this is the G string 16 pull off on the pull off to the 13, and then one string down 16. Okay, okay, so that's the next part. And you notice that this part is 4 notes, but this part is 3 notes. Okay, so don't assume that every part is of equal note number of notes. Okay, it's not. It depends on how it is, how it depends on how you can get the brain to fire okay, it needs to be an unit, okay, and what defines that is a unit is that this is very natural to do, and this is also very natural to do, okay, but this is not natural to do, okay. That's very that's a combination of parts, okay, and you can do that when you are able to really play this part very well, and play this part very well as well, and then you transition between them like that, okay. So yeah, anyway, this is the next part. It's very easy. It's just 16 pull off the 13, and then grab the note on the string below. Okay, and yeah, that's the number, part number 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fourth part, okay. And then you have the this is a bit tricky because the next part will require you to bar or finger roll. Okay, so it's 13, and then you string cross up one down one string, grab the 16, and then you need to grab the 16 as well, right above. So I'm exaggerating my movement. So you need to bar it. Otherwise, you won't make it in time. Okay. So the alternative to barring is assigning a finger to each of the 16, which is. I mean, you can do that. But I wouldn't like to do that because it's very tight there. It's very squeezy. I mean, you can. I think you can. This is very individualistic. Okay, you do what you like. But for me, I would like to bar it. Okay, and then the last part is the 11, 13, 11, and the 13, 11. Okay, so that is one part together. And then if you put them all together, it becomes like. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I obviously didn't practice that before, so I got all the chunks. I just need to put them together. Okay, so maybe let's try playing slowly. Okay, yeah. So when you have all the chunks fast. You will need to put them together, and when you put them together, you might need to go back slow again. Okay. But this time, when you're going back slow, each of the part is a automatic unit. You're just artificially slowing it down. Wait, sorry. Okay, can. Yeah, so this is a bit tricky because you are not just in this position. Okay, you are moving out. You are going down the neck. You are extending. You're not staying in the box. You are going outside of the box to grab those notes. Okay, so you need to do a shift up there. That's a bit tricky, of course. So can you see this one? This part. So this is a bit tricky because you need to do a shift. Okay, so make sure you lead with your wrist. Okay, your entire wrist goes upwards. So yeah, so that you will be able to have that speed. Let's see if I can do the whole lick, the whole measure in one smooth take. I don't think I can, but this is not something very difficult with practice. Yeah, so I think I got it. It's quite close. So that's about it. Yeah. Hopefully that helps.